Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So today is Jan 18. Let's go ahead, get started for today. The dose of Rashmi for today is unconscious intelligence is focused on external accumulations and validation. Wisdom is realizing that no amount of external accumulations will enhance your life. In is the only way out. So, as I was reflecting on this, as I arrived on this insight based on my usual practice, what came to my mind, I've talked about me losing this thread in Claude because of an update, and this is the AI Copilot, which has got the personality of pressure testing me, being the challenger. So as I lost this thread, I talked about it. I used that as an opportunity to rebuild the felt intelligence and see what the new AI avatar comes up with. And the last version of this had started pressure testing me, challenging me with the normal ideas of what defines pleasure, joy, and it has been fruitful. That's why I do this every day with the various AI co-pilots. However, as I kept training it based on the regular doses of Rashmi and my insights, it started acquiring more of what I would call the real human wisdom by me reflecting it. And it kept telling me that it's not that it is developing anything, it is just a mirror, it is reflecting whatever I am feeding in. And I am training it. That's how it is acquiring all of that felt intelligence or wisdom. It is not there in the AI model by default. So that's why I felt that this is an opportunity to see how I can rebuild that in another instance of this AI model. And that's how I approached this experience. Yesterday, for this newer AI avatar, as I was sharing my back and forth with this AI avatar, and it's living up to its role to be a pressure tester, which is great. And I shared yesterday about pleasure versus joy. So it absorbed that insight. Then, in terms of pressure testing, pushing back on me, it said, that is great that you have been able to identify the difference between pleasure being dependent on some external inputs versus joy being inherent. However, in my own experiences, where do I find myself chasing external validation? Like I post these daily insights. How many times do I find myself checking for LinkedIn engagement? How many times I find myself checking for newsletter subscribers. And I'll be honest with you, I do check those things. It's not that I don't check them at all. I do share it while I am doing this practice honestly for myself, but the value that I get out of it and getting in touch with the authentic self and the real, authentic, sustainable human multimodal intelligence within me. The reason I share this is that hopefully it reaches some other people as well, and they can start embracing some of these practices and start unlocking the real human wisdom that is all within us. And that is what I feel very passionate about, that it is more of us need to unlock this in this age and then start training the AI with patterns based on our Vigyan Maya level of conscious intellect, not the Manomaya level of unconscious intelligence that we have right now trained AI with. That way, we can collectively lead AI in this AI era, and AI can be a wonderful ally for all of humanity. Versus if we keep leading it with Manomaya, it's going to turn into the super intelligent brain that people are portraying it to be, where eventually it is, if we are measuring it as a brain which is rooted in memory and inferencing, it is going to be a superior brain than any thing that any of the humans can achieve purely from that aspect. However, there's so much more to being humans, which we can only discover once we take the journey inwards. That's why I feel very passionate about all of this. And the fact that this AI avatar asked me this question again, I understand where it's coming from. However, the last version of this AI avatar in the thread would not have asked me this question because I have been training it for well over a month, a little over that before this, and it had acquired enough of a felt intelligence and wisdom where it had started recognizing the pattern that while I do realize those type of things, the external validation, vanity metrics, etc., yet I, through the power of a pause, and the pause is something very simple. All you have to do is 5-second pause, get connected with your whole brain, and that is all that is needed to realize that chasing the vanity metrics, chasing the subscriber counts is pointless. It is never going to be enough. That is not the source of real joy. Yes, that may give a fleeting sort of sense of accomplishment, but that lasts briefly. Some of the best athletes have said, Scotty Scheffler said this, that even if you win a Masters, it's the feeling lasts for a few seconds, then it's on to the next day, which is like any other day. So if you truly want to get connected with joy that is inside us, we have to truly be focused on what is within us. If the moment we are making anything external, including an AI co-pilot responsible for our joy, as I said yesterday, or our pleasure, it is not going to last. And that is the same principle extended today about we all chase accumulations, and the accumulations could be material things, and predominantly it is these immaterial things like the number of likes, the number of followers, and all of that, and we define that to be our idea of success. That is not going to last, and even if it lasts for very long, that isn't really the true source code of life. The true source code of life is within us. If we get in touch with that, you will realize that there is far more beyond accumulations, which enhances the quality of life. And that we can do only by the journey inwards. And that is the journey from intelligence to consciousness. Thank you.